What you're about to see are two very different Christmases, one block apart. Strap in. This one's gonna be fun.
I'm always saying I love DIY Christmas, and this place might be more DIY Christmas than anywhere on Earth. We're back in Riverside, California, at a place I've never been to. It's the world famous Tio's Tacos. This place got started in the 90s by a guy named Martin Sanchez, who, if I'm getting my facts straight, came to America selling oranges by the side of the road and then finally got enough money to establish his own business, Tio's Tacos. And then in the mid-90s, started decorating the place with all kinds of recycled found art / folk art. It is right up my alley. It is exactly the kind of thing I love so much. And yet somehow, in all these years that it's been here, all these years that I've known about it, I've never actually come down here to check it out. And I'm in Riverside tonight anyways for some Christmas festivities. And I just looked at Allie a second ago. I was like, hey, feel like tacos?
I know I'm somewhere good anytime I see hand-painted signs.
Look at this. We're barely into the threshold of the parking lot. This is a guy made of chain link fence and seashells. We have a putty from Power Rangers. There's a giant bell right here. It's already absolutely freaking fantastic. Look at these two skulls riding on this weird seashell and wire and metal horse, little delivery bicycle, and God knows what in the world that is. This is going to be a fun one. Look at this. This dude's hanging on a pole right there, and there's an even bigger dude behind him. Look at the size of that caveman in the tree. There are dragons on these. Look at that dragon right there. Look at the length of that thing and all those millions of little metal scales. They look like Folgers coffee can lids almost. There's a giant bee flying into the building, a dragonfly. And would you look at the size of this mariachi guitar player? Look at the size of the cigarette in his mouth. That cigarette is probably 1 alley tall. This is the most incredible thing ever. So this is the parking lot for Tio's Tacos. As you can see, even the ground is decorated with seashells and bricks and little stones and mosaics over here. I can see all kinds of art all the way over there. I believe the tacos themselves are over here. But this is absolutely fantastic. There's even a whole shed just full of junk to create more artwork in. I don't know how in the world I've never been here. Like, this is exactly my kind of thing. It's the kind of place I mean to come all the time. Like, yeah, I gotta get down there. Tio's Tacos, I gotta go check it out. I've driven by, so I've seen it from the street before. And of course, I've seen pictures and videos. It's just one of those places I've taken for granted all these years. And this year coming up, 2025, like I said the other day when we were in Newport Beach, this is the era that I'm entering. Then I'm going to start following up on lots of suggestions people have been doing and people have been giving me rather, and lots of things that I've meant to do for years but kind of put off or took for granted. Like, hey, it'll be there all the time. I don't want to take anything for granted because you know what? Life is short. I might not be here another time. Look at all this crazy freaking folk art. Look at the size of that dragon. I thought my backyard was a mess with all of my weird experiments and creations and wood carvings. Hey, but at least I haven't started making folk art out of junk yet. One day when we have more property. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Look at this. Look at this fun pic right here. You can stick your head through the wood and join the band. And even more impressive, amidst all the folk art that's here all year round, look at this. They got their own Christmas decorations. This giant iron skeleton riding a bicycle or a motorcycle. I think it's a bicycle. Is now dressed up like Santa Claus. This is the most awesome thing ever. If this place was out in the desert, it's the type of place, the exact type of place I would drive 100 miles out into the middle of nowhere, find a hotel and everything, to go see it, to go film it, to go just gush over the folk art. And yet, if it's in Riverside, California, 30 minutes down the freeway, it takes me years to get here. That's just the way it's been. But I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, guys. I'm trying to get better. Look at this. It's like a little bandstand, almost. At first I thought it was like a wishing well, but it's covered up. So it's sort of like, it's like a mini town plaza bandstand. And look at, here's the band. Look at this mariachi band right here of metal skeletons. Boy, this place just keeps going and going. This whole garden right here. I like these signs. Do not touch very sharp objects. Some of these are incredible. Like, I've seen a lot of folk art in my day. I've seen a lot of welded together, you know, minions made out of old propane tanks and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever seen like chicken wire or chain link bags. I don't know how you describe the exoskeleton here. Stuffed with seashells and mussels and things. Topped off with a boot to make dinosaurs. Mixed with metal sculptures. Mixed with weird concrete garden sculptures. And then I don't even know what to call this. Look at the size of these natives, perhaps? Or these islanders over here with palm trees growing out of their freaking heads. There's just like metal nets all around the, made out of fencing or whatever, put around the palm trees and crafted into people. So those are full of like old beer cans and stuff like that. I can see some Modelo cans up there. Look at this, there's a rock garden. I'm sure this is much more impressive by daylight, and I'm sure I'll be back here by daylight now to check these out the next time I'm passing down the 91 freeway. Sometimes it's one of those things where I don't want to come to a place and explore a place that I've already seen it and kind of dip my toe in IRL before I bring you along. I'm always like, oh, I want to know what I'm getting my friends into. Look at this, here's the residence here. I don't know if the family lives here, but I'm sure they must, or they must at least own it, because I don't know if I can't imagine those are just random neighbors that allow all of this stuff to go down. Look at this, there's so much art. It's spilling out onto the sidewalk over there. I know it's hard to see, that's why I'm shining the phone flashlight. But we're walking on like this bottle sidewalk. It's all mosaics all over the ground. This is the coolest freaking, most unexpected thing. And yeah, definitely an unusual stop for Christmas. We've just been on the periphery here. We've just been skirting around the edges of Tio's Tacos. Look at the size of this creation right here, full of plastic jugs and cans. There's weird topiary shapes right here. Oh look, here's some information right here about the artist. There's Martin Sanchez, like I was talking about, from Sahuayo, a small town in the state of Michoacan. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's the guy right there. He's bringing the delicious flavor of Mexico up here and creating all this amazing art. This is so cool. Oh, children prohibited from playing in this area. That makes me excited. What are we going to find back here? Some secret stuff. Oh, look at this dining patio for Tio's Tacos. Look at all the glass, mosaic floor, stone and glass. There's butterflies. There's flowers. This is like the pretty section over here. And it's incredible. Look at this running caveman. He's built again, what is in there? Bottle caps. He's full of bottle caps. Oh yeah, it smells super good out here. Look at this. There's like a tiki face carved into what looks like a still living palm tree along the street. I didn't even realize when we were out in the parking lot, this is another house right here. Because there's the porch, there's the front windows, and the tacos are set back even farther than I thought. Look at the front porch. Oh yeah, there it says, it's just the Sanchez's. There's a little family sign, one of those wood carved signs above the door. Some Christmas decorations over here, and look at this. He's got his hometown painted here in a mural, so a little flavor of Mexico. That's deeper into the taco area. Let me go around. I'm trying not to miss anything. I'm trying to soak in as much as I can on this brief stop. This is a quick stop. I noticed all these little signs on the ground. Look at that. There's Pancho Villa down there. Edward Olmos, Abraham Lincoln. See Martin Luther King down there. So just any and all of the heroes of the artist. This is so incredible. I love the weird space capsule. I keep seeing this. Sahuayo Hotel and Spa. Is that real? Is that in one of these buildings here? I don't know. I have no way of knowing. Like I said, I've never been here before. Look at this. There's a palm tree underneath that's growing. And then it's been surrounded again by these metal wire fencing things and filled with all kinds of found objects to create a rocket ship. Dummies hanging in the trees. This one is very scary right here. There's all kinds of weird parts along this old fence. And then look at this. The main entrance has got this huge, you've heard of bottle trees. This is a huge bottle Christmas tree. Boy, Luigi's Casa de la Tires can eat Tio's Tacos dust. I love this hand-painted taco right here. I love anything hand-painted right there. Is so cool. This place is open until 10 o'clock at night. Look how much more art is here in this back garden through the main entrance. This is insane. Wouldn't be a folk art garden without some Disney characters recreated. Look, we got Jessie over here. And Woody! Is this one of your favorite stops, Santa? I know it is.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa loves tacos.
Ho, 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 ho. Some of these are more scary than others. A little Dia de los Muertos influence I see. But look at the microphone right there with the light bulb on the tip. I just love when people create art out of found objects. All these blow-molded lollipops up here, probably for Christmas. Look at this candle right here. It's like literally created out of like a vinyl banner material. It's just all like tape and just weird. You know, one man's trash is another man's art medium. The music's awful loud over here, but you can't stop this band from playing. They're gonna play until they work the flesh right off of their fingers. They're working themselves to the bone. Allie's in love with this mirror right here because look at the 1,000 billion jillion butterflies lining the ceiling right here. Very beautiful. And of course, that mosaic floor. But they have a mirror so you can take a selfie with the butterflies on the ceiling. Lots of little eating areas out here on the back patio. But so far, look at it. This is my favorite thing. It's freaking Speedy Gonzales. Look at that. It's like metal can lids and sides of metal cans. Sorry about that, Speedy. Let me cross over you. That is so cool. You never hear anything about Speedy Gonzales anymore. People are always like, oh, he's kind of old-fashioned, cringy. And yet everybody in my family of Hispanic persuasion, and most of my friends, love Speedy Gonzales. Here, there used to be tons of Speedy Gonzales merch, back when Speedy Gonzales was actually on TV. Down in Mexico, like when you cross the border, they'd have all kinds of merch and fun stuff down there. Look at this right here. Look at this amazing cathedral of bottles. Again, a bottle house, impressive. A bottle cathedral or lighthouse or whatever this is something totally different. It's like a bell tower. Quasimodo could live in that thing, or Speedy Moto. Look at that. Tio's Tacos has another islander or weird bush person made out of, I guess, palm person made out of a palm tree right there. This is freaking sick. Look how huge this place is. Look how much seating there is out here. I'm glad we're not here when it's crowded. Oh my gosh. Now look inside of this crazy thing. They got wood carved beams and lintels on either side of the door. You got some kind of buffalo antlers there. This is incredible. You got your Santa mariachi band in there. You got your pedal cars down on the floor. Look at all that. Look at all those bottlenecks coming through the walls. This must look incredible during the daytime with the sun coming through the bottles. These guys are back there playing Feliz Navidad. You guys remember that one? Shout out. I didn't say anything about this a second ago, but I did kind of pan by it. Look at this. Look at the hand-painted, with the metal folk art guitar, Coco display out here. Everybody loves Coco, see? And then, of course, there are some minions. There always have to be minions in folk art displays. I think some are even made out of propane tanks. Classic. But everybody's got those. This is a whole other thing. Look at that BMX rider up on the freaking ceiling. And speaking of ceilings, I see Tonka trucks on top of the house. Look at this, miniature buildings up on top of here. I love all the people coming through, like the regulars who are like, what's this guy doing? He's never seen this place before? No, I've never seen. Look at the giant Riverside taco. Look at all these coffee cans turned into letters. There's Tio's right there. If you can read it. Tio, by the way, means uncle. So this is Uncle's Tacos. And look at these guys. These very sharp. These are not ribbons right here. You got to be careful. You'll get cut to ribbons. These are very sharp old guys leaning on their canes. Look at this entire dining area. Look at the ceilings are just covered with carousel horses and weird feathers and outfits and traditional Mexican costumes. And then look at this whole seating over here, this whole seating area over here, I should have said. Check it out. Look at all this mosaic stone and tile and glass everywhere. And then this is also filled with folk art creations, specifically fish. There are just tons of fish in here. This is what's inside of all these creations. I mean, look at it. It's just anything and everything you can imagine. Look at this garden is closed off at the moment. This is incredible. It just keeps going and going. See a drum set back there? So these guys are ready to rock out. And then look at, I don't even know what these are. Just blow molded eagles? There's tons of them over here. Some of them are painted like American bald eagles, and other ones are like maybe the Mexican eagle on the flag? I don't know. I didn't even notice when we came in, these are bottles. Look at all the poles have to be decorated like something. Nothing can just be a pole. Nothing can just be a tree trunk. Everything has to have a theme and be a thing. I love it. Look at that. Welcome to Riverside. Look at those cool lights up there. These flower lights. Again, just like the butterflies, just like everything else, created out of metal strips from like old cans. I do not know what. There's some kind of insect right here, but I don't know what this is. It's like a robot. It's created a robot here. There's some kind of man-shaped, a can man thing. Look at all these just bizarre sculptures and creations everywhere. They got everything and the kitchen sink. Oh my gosh. There's so much everywhere. There's all kinds of fun picks over here. Some being used, some just stashed. What do you think, Hallie?
It's crazy.
It looks like something I would do. This looks like a mess that I would make, but with less talent. It would just be a pile of junk still. What is that, Moses right here? We got Moses parting the Red Sea of junk, throwing his staff to the ground and turning it into a giant dragon made of cans for the parking lot, I guess. This is incredible. Look at that. April 2019, the Insect Fair. So this is a place that's still very much being worked on. This is not a frozen in time relic. It looks like something you would have seen by the side of the American highway or out in the desert, out in Arizona or California years and years ago, that's slowly fading into obscurity or maybe preserved by a historical society, but not something that's actually still going and flowing and being added to on the daily. Sometimes I get like kind of sad and stressed out because I think of places like Salvation Mountain, a very famous sort of hipster destination outside of Los Angeles, out near the Salton Sea. And I knew the guy that built it. He built it because he was a crazy sort of evangelistic type of guy. So he built Salvation Mountain as his tribute to the Lord out there. This old guy, Leonard Knight. He passed away, and now it's sort of become a hipster thing. He was old when I knew him, and that's the kind of thing where you think, well, that's just something that people just did, you know, in another generation or from another time. And I love the fact that somebody came to America, opened this very successful business, and then went full tilt with his art. I mean, that's the most American thing you can possibly do. Look at this whole, you got the Popeye section over here. You got olive oil. Al, you can stick your head through there. Oh, no, you can't. There's caution tape right now. No sticking your head through the hole. But look at Popeye over here, made out of can lids and metal scraps, and he's got a bottle cap shirt. Oh, and Allie had to point out Wimpy. Look at Wimpy right there. He'll gladly pay a Tuesday for a hamburger. No, he won't. He's already got a hamburger. He's good. Wimpy's is good to go. What is this right here? Look at these glass panes surrounded by bottle caps and all kinds of metal. And this little lit up building. Oh, it's the chapel. Look at this. I called that other thing a cathedral earlier, but look at this. Tio's Tacos has got its own chapel in here, full of all kinds of religious statues. It's a bottle chapel. Again, you've seen bottle houses. You ever been in a bottle chapel before? I don't think I have. And look at that. Wow. Look at the frescoes up there. Hand-painted frescoes. Little alcoves full of all kinds of good stuff. A very traditional sort of chalkware Mary statue. I don't know who this boy is over here, but you have a boy. I'm sure someone will tell me who that is. Wait, what does that say?
It says write a prayer on paper, then leave it in a bottle.
Oh, they're inviting you to write a prayer on a piece of paper and then leave it inside of one of the bottles. It'll become part of Tio's Tacos. It might block some of the light from outside. We found all kinds of old notes in the bottle house at Knott's that one time. That is so awesome. Okay, while we're here, obviously we can't just walk around and admire the art. We've got to support this place. Allie is going to go and get a taco. So we're going to figure out where in the world you go. The parking lot, by the way, where we entered is right here. So we came through this way. And now we're going to figure out how in the heck, and where in the heck, more importantly, to get a taco. Okay, this is where we were looking from the front of the house before. And here's the door into the actual restaurant, which I could not see until right now. Haha! Get inside, quick! Get yourself a Tio's Taco! Oh, I love that. Look at that, right on the restaurant door. People eating in here. Lots of very loud music. Good vibes. Dude, even inside there's a junk wall of fish and sea creatures. Okay, finally. Here we go. Here's where you actually get, ooh, not just the tacos. Look, you can get the freaking merch in here. You get the Tio's Taco swag right here under Santa Claus. I really like that bench. That bench looks like it belongs in Tinkertown in New Mexico. I love places like this. Allie's perusing the menu, which is almost as extensive as the artwork here. Look at the size of that menu board. There's all kinds of little sweet treats and drinks. Look at this over here. Look at all the different kind of fruit drinks they've got over here. Look, they've got horchata in there, mixed fruit drink. Wow, look at this salsa bar right here. Look at all the stuff you can add to your tacos. It's a good salsa right there. That tomatillo, that salsa verde. Salsa bar. Every inch of this place has got something creative stashed away and hidden into it. I gotta come back here another day in the daylight to see the artwork outside better, more clearly, because honestly you can probably see it better on camera than I can see it in real life at the moment. And we have somewhere to be in a little while, but I'm super glad we stopped right here. This is freaking awesome. This place is usually packed. Every time I've ever driven by it, it's been packed. That's part of the reason I never stopped before. I love they got a 2-hour sitting limit just to make sure that people keep on moving through because they have such high demand at different times. Here's a better, more clear about the artist plaque. Screenshot that if you're really super interested. All right, here's another hand-painted sign I just noticed out here. See, look at what I'm talking about the floor. Look at, let me close the door right there. Look at that. Look at all the little mosaics in there, all the little rocks. This is my favorite. Hand-painted signs, very colorful on metal right there. And then look at Tio's Tacos. He's got this little statue guy out here. I love this guy. Okay, Allie just ordered her food. Look at even the little things you put on your table. Your number. There's a hand-painted thing made from some kind of can. As you may have guessed from the number, they bring the food to you. So we're gonna go back out this way to the patio where, even though I was just out here 2 seconds ago, I did not notice all these little tiny hand-painted signs. Look at all of these. Look at the incredible artwork out here. It's like what they try to replicate in that Morocco area in Epcot, you know? They try to replicate those little sort of hand-painted signs that are famous from Morocco. Then here, this is like authentic. This is art made by the owner of the restaurant, I'm sure by other people. It's the most impressive collection of art I've ever seen. And I've been in the Norton Simon Museum. I have some Spanish, but my Spanish is limited, so I don't want to even attempt to translate some of the signs I'm seeing in Spanish into English. My brain's in too much of a hurry for that. Growing up with some Hispanic family and also in very, very Hispanic neighborhoods, down here in Southern California, of course, I have just enough Spanish to understand when people are cursing me out and to ask like very, very simple questions or explain that I don't know how to say what I want to say, stuff like that. But not enough to hold a conversation, that's for dang sure. Not enough. I'm ashamed of myself, but what? I've been going to France for 10 years too, and I can barely say, hey, I'm going to the airport. Sadly, I'm not a very cunning linguist. Allie's the same way. She wanted to learn French, she wanted to learn Japanese. She had all the books, she had all the apps. She's learned neither. It's okay, one day. I guess we just monkey around too much. Dude, and the food doesn't look bad either. Got a little plate for 20 bucks. That's the perfect Riverside fuel for what's coming next. I love this, man. I love the coffee can fish, the weird tin sign looking fish, and even the pine cone fish. That's what these are. These are genius. Painted pine cone fish. This is easily one of the coolest places I've ever been in Southern California. And once again, I've lived here my entire life. I've never been here. Or lived, an hour away my entire life. And never, ever been inside. Dude, the amount of work to create some place like this, absolutely freaking astounding. And according to Allie, the food is really, really good. I mean, it must be. This place is super popular, and it ain't just for the artwork. The popularity of the restaurant is what gave them the, the property, the space, and the cash to keep creating and creating and creating. I'm just glad we showed up at a weird dead time because the parking lot was pretty much empty when we got here. Now it is freaking full. It's filling up fast with people, and so are the surrounding streets. This is freaking awesome. I gotta come back out to Tio's Tacos soon. However, Tio's Tacos isn't even the mission tonight. There's a whole different mission that we're actually here for, so we're going up a couple blocks to see that. Goodbye, Tio's Tacos. Poinsettia! Dude, I can tell there's still so much that we didn't see over here outside of Tio's Tacos. Guess I gotta come back. Well, like I was saying, that's not our primary mission. Our primary mission is this. Riverside's famous Mission Inn. Started as a boarding house way back in the 1870s, if you can believe that. It wasn't until the early 1900s it began transforming itself into one of the most crazy themed hotels anywhere. The Mission Inn is fantastic. And every year at Christmas time, they do their Festival of Lights. So I came to see it for the first time, Christmas 2020. Well, guess what? There were no lights at all. There was nothing going on here in 2020. So Allie and I just kind of walked around. Then we came back one of the first years that they brought the festival, I think the first year they brought the Festival of Lights back after the pandemic. And there wasn't this much going on, I'll tell you that. And it was pretty dead outside, so now it's a whole other thing. Dude, this is freaking awesome. If you want more backstory on the hotel and a much more in-depth exploration that we'll probably be able to do tonight, you can search for that previous episode about the Mission Inn and the Festival of Holiday Lights out here. Actually, I was just told, my good friend Ken Stack, who's just over there with his family, just told me this stuff is new. They've never seen this stuff out here. Look at this miniature little Grinch bounce house. They got that merry-go-round over there, the Ferris wheel. But most of all, they have all these holiday lights surrounding this historic, beautiful hotel. Oh, look at the size of the crowd out here. It's Monday night as I film this. I was not expecting this kind of rush on Monday night out here. It feels like I'm on Main Street, USA. Anyway, but before we explore the hotel, I wanted to come around to see some of the chaos around the outside. Look at all the decorations on this building next door. Look at this guy out here rocking the drums. Look at this, like something out of the beginning of a Christmas story. Look at all the people walking around Riverside, downtown Riverside. There's no ghost town today. Look at the gingerbread shop right here. It looks like a freaking Christmas cookie. This looks like something that would be in France. At the Christmas carnival over there in the Tuileries, I think it's called Le Magique de Noël or something like that. Look at that, like it is so cute. The line always very long. They got gingerbread stuff in there, gingerbread cake. They got Coco Loco. That's what Allie got last time. It was a crazy hot cocoa drink with all kinds of stuff stuffed into it. I can see across the street from the Mission Inn, there's more music, there's more activities, and I can see a much shorter line for hot cocoa. We'll probably get some hot cocoa over there. But behind the old Coco Loco gingerbread shop here, look at this all around the side of the Mission Inn. We made one of these streets into sort of a walking area, a pedestrian promenade, if you will. You got your like little Venice canals. There are multiple musicians here, live and pre-recorded. Speaking of Christmas marketplaces, look at these little booths out here. There's more booths than last time. Look at this. Robertson's roasted almonds and sweet and savory pretzels. This guy's playing trumpet out here, sitting on the planter. People are taking sick pics with these oversized holiday ornaments. Look at a lot of families lined up to take some family pics. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's buzzing down here. I'm not a big guy for crowds. I don't really like crowds. But you know what? There are some crowds that are different than others. Like this is a happy crowd. You can feel a good vibe. It's not a jilted, angry, tired from a long day at Disney type of crowd. Dude, look at this up on the sides of the building, up on the sides of the Mission Inn. Look at the animatronic panda bears in a holiday band there. You got some up here, higher up. And then there's jolly old Saint Nick. A couple of animatronic elves that are not doing anything right now. They're holding still. They're pretending not to be real to confuse the children. You got this guy rocking out. I don't know what he's rocking out to, but at least it's not pre-recorded. That's cool. Look at the side of the Mission Inn. Look at all the angels. Oh, I thought they were animatronic angels. I think they're just women of the world. Animatronic women from all kinds of countries, tons of different outfits up there. It's like it's a small world on the side of the Mission Inn. It's absolutely fantastic. Like I said, good energy, like super positive, lovey-dovey energy. Hey, where's Allie? Oh, there you are. I didn't want you to get swept up in all the romance and run off with this guitar man over here. He's pretty cool. I can't hold a candle to Guitar Man. I gotta watch my P's and Q's. There's a big gigantic Christmas tree. Another guy rocking the guitar over here. Let's check this guy out. Paul Olives, it says. Paul Olives. He's rocking out. He's actually pretty good. Good voice. Rocking out in Riverside. Okay, look at the Mission Inn here. I mean, it is so phenomenally, fantastically themed. Like I said, it's been growing for over a century, or going for over a century. It was growing in the early part of the 1900s. And you can see just how elaborate it is. Look at the beautiful cathedral-like architecture up there, and all these different balconies, and boy, do they go nuts for Christmas. They got some really nice restaurants downstairs. Tons of U.S. presidents have stayed here. All kinds of celebrities and luminaries. Let's zoom in on that balcony right there. Got some giant nutcrackers out here. Then there's this building behind the Mission Inn. There's this thingy right here. I never did figure out what's in that building right there, but it's got to be one of the coolest buildings that's part of the complex out here. Look at that over there with those arcades underneath it. There's a Christmas train up there. You're just surrounded by giant Christmas figures, Christmas lights. The cool thing is the hotel itself and all its little buildings and alcoves and stuff. It's more elaborate on the inside. And last time we came here, we actually got a room in the Mission Inn. One, so we could see what they were like. Two, so we had someplace to stay. We're checking out all the lights and stuff. It was like sort of a staycation. So we're only like I said, 30 or 45 minutes from home. Look at this. This is more elaborate than the decorations at Disneyland. If you're going to Disneyland to get your holiday pictures, forget it. Don't worry about those reservations. Don't worry about those ticket prices. Just hop on down to Riverside and walk around the Mission Inn for freaking free. But yeah, we got a room in there, and so I explored all around this area. Our friends have a room tonight. So you can just see even from the outside, look at how elaborate and weird the architecture is. And there's catacombs underneath. Well, I should say just tunnels, service tunnels and things under there. And they now have a tour of those, I hear. I remember saying that in the last video, they should do like haunted tours down there. Well, now they do have walking tours of the underground of the Mission Inn. Also some history tours of the buildings. It's fantastic. We're going in a little while to meet our friends. I'm mostly concerned with all the chaos outside. This is awesome. The cool part about last time, if you check out that last video, is that there was nobody around in the hotel. It was very creepy in there at night, especially with all the weird architecture. For tonight, though, it's the stuff surrounding the Mission Inn that's extra bumping. Look at creepy animatronic Santa. What? I can't ever understand you. All right, hot cocoa time. Going over to the other side of the street. Look at that. Gotta be the biggest Christmas tree in Southern California on the side of that building right there. We got one of those impromptu hip-hop dance shows going on. Street side hip-hop dance. But where we're going is into the antique store, into the basement downstairs, where there's supposedly $1 hot cocoa. A couple of years ago we were here having a staycation. This year, I'm scraping by with $1 hot cocoa. Say la vie. This is the flippin' hugest, most elaborate antique store ever. What did you just say? You feel like you're in a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
It feels like you're in a old-timey Christmas department store, which is probably what this building once was, honestly. All right, it said furniture and more on the 4th floor. We don't want any furniture. We don't want more. Oh, no. We just heard they only do hot chocolate on the weekends, which is insane. There's so many people around here. Oh, my gosh. Look at this plush Dale. The receding hairline. Middle-aged. Age-appropriate... Age-appropriate Rescue Rangers Dale. Oh, look at that. That's how Santa sits after he's had a bunch of Tio's tacos, man. Just leaning back like, oh my gosh. Okay, you might think this is boring. You see how this glass is reflecting? That's uranium glass. That is freaking glass with uranium in it. Right? Am I getting that wrong? It's fluorescing like that because it's freaking nuclear. All right, well, the hot cocoa was a bust, but at least I saw this warning. Look at this. There's a wig napper on the loose. I better be careful. All right, I guess it was just our destiny to head back into the Mission Inn. Look at that, the festival of lights. The little bell thingy covered in lights. Little hidden Christmas decorations and all the bushes, poinsettias everywhere. Just gotta be careful because this is a fun pick alley, family pick alley, and selfie alley in here. If you're just a regular sized alley, it can be hard to negotiate your way into the lobby. We can do it. We're old pros. Been to Disney World a lot of times. We know how to force our way through. Oh, look at those cannons. This guy remembers when those were new. He used to use those cannons in the war. Look at this. We got some elves in motion here. Putting presents under the tree. The parrot cage is empty. But the nutcrackers are on guard. That's creepy. That thing has moving eyes. It has those like animatronic moving eyes. Wow, look at that little light hallway. Oh, wow, this is awesome. We were just gonna walk into the lobby, but they said they're only doing guests and reservations here, so we gotta wait for our friends to pick us up to go inside. Might not get that in the video, I don't know. This is cool, look at this big gingerbread props. And look at the elves. They have some of those elves from the side of the building inside. Look at these guys. Those are vintage. You can't just pick those up at Walmart. That is so impressive. These all hail from the days when Businesses would have custom-made stuff, window displays. But if somebody out there happens to know if those are mass-produced back in the day, where I can get one of those elves, let me know, because those are sick. That's not vintage. LED laser mirror Santa. See, look at this. All these creepy little walkways and stuff. That's just leading us back outside that side street where we came from. To head back in and look for our friends, I guess. It was so quiet and peaceful last year. We kind of had to run in the place. So I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. Help us. So, who is that? I don't know. St. Francis? Francis? It's not for sale, Francis. All right, I'm gonna text my buddy. All right, Ken came to get us. We're checking out look at that throne right there for sick Christmas pictures. And now we're back in the lobby of the historic Mission Inn. Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh, Disney eat your heart out. I mean, this is incredible, Ken. How long have you guys been coming to this?
Oh, it's about every other year we'll come. Yeah.
And you guys always get like the good sweets and
We like the
sweet.
Alhambra suite, but we did one better this year.
You did one better?
One better.
Ooh. This is sort of the SoCal equivalent of going to the Plaza Hotel in New York at Christmas or something. It's so wildly decorated. There's pictures of presidents who have stayed here. And speaking of presidents, that is President Taft's custom-made, extra-wide chair. President Taft was a girthy boy. And rather than putting two chairs together, you just have people build them extra. Sit in that chair, Allie, really quick. Let me just show you. You can fit several alleys across the girth of old President Taft. He was here on October 12th, 1909. Great date. All right, we're getting into the golden elevator now. Ken Stack's taking us up to see something no one gets to see. The bodies. The bodies. All right, this is the best part. Look at this. You come up to the 4th floor and look at that. Under the pale moonlight, look at this insane courtyard here. You have the fancy restaurant way down at the bottom. This is making me sick. Hopefully this is ringing some bells for you guys. You guys are remembering that last episode we did. Does this courtyard have a name, Ken? I forget.
Spanish patio? Something like
The
that.
Courtyard of the Spanish. I have named it. I have dubbed it. Look at this. They have a little Asian temple section under their medieval towers, under the Spanish, Alhambran, architecture. I mean, it's crazy. And look at all the elves moving. Ah!
I love this place, especially Christmas time.
Allie, it's your whole family down there. This is exactly the kind of place. I mean, look at all these weird bridges and narrow walkways. This is exactly the kind of place that I know you'd build if you won the lottery. Yeah, if you won the lottery or I won the lottery, there'd be another place like this. But it'd probably be more of a combination of this and Tio's Tacos. It'd be all kinds of wacky stuff.
Wacky things.
Okay, so your suite's over here. You got a secret suite.
This side.
Oh my gosh, above the cathedral.
Chapel is there.
Yeah, they built their whole own huge cathedral-like chapel up here. All right, here we go. Oh, and look at this little avenue of Christmas trees. There's all these fountains up here with living water to bathe in. If you're a pigeon. Poinsettia! Oh, and then I remember this. I don't remember what it's called. It's like that thing Christian Bale has to climb up. Ew, that makes me ill, Ken. That makes me ill. Ken just told me we have to go down the stairs. Oh, we don't? Oh, thank the maker. I thought you meant we had to go down those things. I don't even like going around the edge. This is, that is something else, friends. And it goes down, down, down. Here we go. This is supposed to be one of the fanciest suites in the place. What's the suite's name?
The innkeepers.
The Innkeepers. Whoa.
That's nice. Yeah.
Look at the size of this suite right here.
Oh, you'll like this more out here.
This is a sweet room. Oh my gosh, we just came out the door. It's a private patio with a fountain and a fireplace and a fresco. There's a freaking fresco over there. Whoa. How many frescoes can you fit? This is an amazing room. I thought you said you were just getting a regular room this time.
Well,
Got the upgrade, huh?
yeah.
Frequent flyer miles at the Mission Inn. The Stack family are long timers. They're lifers. Wow. Look at the room.
So it's got 3 fireplaces, basically. One
In the
here,
suite?
Well, one there, and then one.
This is
there.
crazy.
Isn't that neat?
Again, Disney eats your heart out. I've been in a lot of fancy Disney suites. I've never seen one this. You would think this place would have kind of rundown old rooms. Like we had an older room.
Fixed it up, though.
last time, but yeah, they've really cleaned this place up. Then get ready for this. Oh my gosh. This is like the royal restroom. We're gonna get in trouble for being in here somehow. I feel like we're getting in trouble. We're probably in trouble. Let's get out of here. Dude, look at the roof. Look at the curved beams up there. You know you're somewhere fancy when there are curved beams. Got a Christmas tree. All you need is that big thing of ice cream that Kevin McAllister has in Home Alone 2. And a whole cheese pizza just for me. Oh, look, a pigeon. A royal pigeon right up there. That was awesome. How cool is that, getting a free upgrade to a suite just because you happen to be there at the right time and your room wasn't ready? Hey, it's Abraham Lincoln. That is so cool. The luck of the draw, my friends, the luck of the draw. And anytime that I have a friend who has a suite anywhere, I'm like, let me see. So those are the kind of places where people like me are normally not welcome. So whenever I get a chance, I love to check out weird hotel suites, Airbnbs, hotels in general. I've just traveled so much in my life, I really like seeing weird places. This place is absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know if there was gonna be a Random Land adventure today because, look how insane all this is. This wasn't supposed to be a filming day. But we had plans to meet up with our friends, the Stacks, over here at the Mission Inn. And I've turned over a leaf. We've entered a new era or something. So I'm like, hey, why not? Let's bring the friends. I'm just going to start bringing you guys everywhere with me all the time. Not every day, but every day that we can. We're going to hang out. Sometimes we're going to have epic adventures, and sometimes we're going to have these weird adventures where we just show up and just see weird stuff. But I don't hate it. Hey, that's what makes it a Random Land adventure. Regular Random Land, just the plain Random Land icon on your screen. That's something, you know, a little more produced. Sometimes vlog, that's just you and me having a hangout. Random Land adventure. You literally never know what could happen. It's crazy that this is Riverside. It's just not what I think of when I think of the IE. That's probably because my grandma moved from Anaheim to Paris, out in the Inland Empire. And if you ever spent a lot of time in Paris, you'll know exactly what I mean when you think, oh, if that's what you were thinking. No, this is nothing like that. And how crazy is it? The huge suites are back there above a huge cathedral-like chapel. Oh, look, there's the manger. Allie's already found a secret passage. I head downstairs. Oh my gosh, this gives me a little bit of vertigo, not gonna lie. Not my favorite thing. I mean, look at this, see? Everything is just so elaborate. There's all these tiles and columns and decorative stonework and mosaics and chapels and all kinds of stuff. We're just cruising around now. We're just trying to see if we can find any more bonus Christmas before we take off. Visited our friends, the Stacks. Ken Stack is a theme park preservationist. An amazing collection. He's written a few books, so he's technically a historian, although he's too modest for himself to call himself that. You can get some of his books at stackslibertyranch.com. They are very rare. I have a feeling one day they'll be very valuable, so stackslibertyranch.com. Check them out. Shout out to my friend. Anyway, there you go, the courtyard. So I guess it pays to get a room here if you can possibly squeeze one in next year. If you want to come out to the Mission Inn, because you can stay out and see all this. Or at least get a restaurant reservation, and then you're also allowed into the lobby. Although you can't get up here, you can still be down there seated. See all these crazy decorations. Dude, they're crazy. There's so many little nooks and crannies and secret little areas inside of this hotel. Like, what in the world is this? Look at this weird. Look at that. That's even weirder than President Taft's chair. And if you're asking if it's haunted, well, the consensus seems to be, this isn't coming from me, I don't know much about the afterlife, I've never been there. Consensus seems to be among the people in the know that the Mission Inn is very haunted. So if that's your thing, well, you can go hog wild on the whole ghost thing. If you're not super into ghosts, well, maybe visit at Christmas time, you can see the lights. Get visited by some Christmas ghosts, a la Dickens. Hey, it's the alley-sized door! What? What's out there? Oh, the angels. I was already seeing an angel. I like the angel inside better. All right, we're going down. Come and play with us, Danny. Oh, I think this is where our room was last time because we had some of those animatronic figures on our balcony. I think we were down there, actually. Look at this. Here's some panda bears or something, or teddy bears.
On the inside, they're blasting Christmas. There's an ice skating rink down there. Well, we didn't see that when we were outside. All right, we're going down. Some more angels right there. And there's the lobby, full of security tonight, preventing looky-loos from coming into the hotel. We're looky-loos, but we're special guest looky-loos because someone's staying in the suite. I don't know. We made it happen. Credit card? You got it. I see my talk boy here in the hotel. Ooh, I better use the restroom before I leave. Pro tip, I think Ronald Reagan stayed here, Richard Nixon, the 2 California presidents, obviously President Taft, so lots of them going way back. Maybe Jimmy Carter. In between peanut farming, I like to stay at the Mission Inn in Riverside. It's one of my favorite hotels. One of them outside of Georgia, that is. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. You can't go in there with me. All right, anyway, we are leaving the Mission Inn. Those lights aren't out. They look like they're out on the camera. Oh, no, they are out. Okay, freaking out. I don't know what's real and I don't know what's on the camera anymore. I don't have my reading glasses on me. I can't see anything. Look, even Santa's gotta have reading glasses. And he's not nearly as old as I am. Oh, sure, in years, he's ancient. It's not the years, kids. It's the mileage. There's a lot of miles on this old rusty battle wagon, let me tell you. I got more miles on me than my van. Wow, that's pretty. It's beautiful. What is that, campanile? I forget what a bell arch is called. Fantastic. Very cool. Mission Inn. What a crowd, man. What a crowd tonight. Awesome. I love that there's rides. Ken Stack brings the grandkids, and there's actually rides. Look at this little merry-go-round. Look at the animals on there. This is very, very like Paris. Or all in Europe. All those Christmas markets. You bring the old antique rides and things. Allie and I just filmed in the Magique de Noël Christmas market in Paris this year for the morning announcements, which is a little Patreon vlog. You join the Patreon Adventurers Club and have a little vlog sometimes from the desk, sometimes from the desk of, sometimes little travelogues. And in this particular case, we did a whole little fun run through a European Christmas market. I filmed it on this channel though too, a couple years ago. A little different every year. Europe goes crazy. Wow, look at that. Another mariachi band right up there. Europe goes crazy in the town squares. What?
Santa up there?
Where? Oh my gosh, it's Santa Claus. I know him. I'm always complaining like, oh man, we have nothing like that at home. Like nothing like those European Christmas markets. But you know what? I will say, although Knott's Merry Farm is pretty fun, and Disneyland has its Festival of the Holidays, not nearly as good as Knott's Merry Farm, but they're trying. They're getting better. And Disneyland's obviously beautiful at Christmas time, so we have those. Nothing like those Christmas markets, though, and I'm always complaining we have nothing like them, and now I'm realizing this is the closest thing I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, there's all the little booths and stuff, and nuts, and Coco Loco, and...
Pretty close.
Check it out, there's a... What's it called? A little carnival set up down there, and there's an ice skating rink out here. Look at that down there. And supposedly there's a hot cocoa shack. It's getting late. We're going to try one more time for hot cocoa. And then we'll hot go-go. We'll hot to go. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Down the 91 freeway. America's favorite freeway. Oh, what's that? I thought they were crepes. They are not crepes. There we go. Our room last year was somewhere up there where they have those balconies. I don't know if you can see some of those animatronic bears we were just looking at. President Taft's chair somewhere in there. All right, let's see what's up with the hot cocoa. Hot cocoa. No luck on the cocoa. That's okay though, because actually the Stacks just gave us some mugs, Christmas mugs that had some hot cocoa in them. So we'll just take that hot cocoa to go. We'll go home. We'll cocoa well. A little bit of me wants to run over there to that carnival. I know exactly what it's like though. They're all the same. I still want to see it. Something wicked this way comes and all that. Look at these balloons. We were in Pasadena in the middle of nowhere the other night looking at some Christmas lights. There was a guy on the street selling Mickey Mouse light up Christmas balloons. Okay, goodbye Mission Inn. The mission is accomplished. Headed back to the car. Got an incredible parking spot right over here for $10. And then
back to God's country, Orange County. And there's nothing to show you there. So all we're doing there is ordering tacos gavilan to the house. Have a nice, peaceful Orange County, Anaheim level sleep. And then back to adventures again soon. So, you know what that means, my friends? Since the mission is complete, that's code for we've done our duty. We can go home and sleep well. But before you go, make sure if you click that notification bell, you put all and not like recommended or preferred, whatever it says. There's like a way to see all the notifications so you don't miss these videos. People go, I keep running into people who are like, dude, I haven't seen a video of yours in like 6 months. Well, obviously there's been a lot coming. There'll be a lot more. By the way, if you want to act like this, gotta check those links down below. You want my new book? The same thing. Check those links down below. If you want to support the show on Patreon, join the Adventurers Club and see those morning announcements, down below, you gotta do the clicky. Look in the thing. Randomland.com. How hard is that? You can email me or message me over on Instagram. There's an email up there. If you need to get a hold of me for something. Otherwise, yeah, we've done our duty. I already said it. Go home, sleep well.